Hi everybody, my name is Jimmy and welcome back to Jimmy Does Knitting. This is my podcast where I pick a topic and we discuss. I am Jimmy Does Knitting on Ravelry and Instagram. I'm also on Discord, but I don't really use it. And of course here on YouTube, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. A little bit of admin for this. This is part of a series of Pride videos that I'm doing. This one is Queer Designers Part 2. If you're interested in this, we go over some more in part 1, and there's a bunch of suggestions for that. I give the name of the designer, their pronouns, and then I have their links to their Ravelry or their shop below. And I give a couple of suggestions of things that I really like, but go and check them out. So there's one already out. This is the follow-up. I would like to acknowledge that I was having a harder time with this one, finding a more diverse group of people. I could really only find like cis white men, which is not reflective of the community at large, both crafting or queer or anything like that. I do have some people of color and some female presenting people, but I would love to have a more diverse spectrum, let's say. I think it's important to recognize that our community is quite diverse and that there are people in all different shapes, sizes, representations, and I tried my best to get a good group here, but I could be maybe better. I just have exhausted all my resources. So if you know any other queer designers you would like me to feature, please put it in the comments below. I'd love to make a third one of these, but for now, this is what I have, and we will go from there. So, I'm also a designer. My links to my Ravelries and patterns are below. I am wearing my Troy Boy, which is a fingering weight top-down drop shoulder sweater designed for a more male form. There are two versions with modifications. I'm wearing the fancy version. This is Mondim. This is a black one. And it has this detail right here of two little cables with a little bit of a purl ridge that goes down into the cuff, and then it goes all the way down the seams, all the way down the sides, and into the hem. And that is sort of like the feature. This is the more elaborate version. There's an easier version. Tons of modifications. It comes in a range of sizes. Go check it out. Go check out my Ravelry page. I'd be remiss if I said that I wasn't going to do that there. I will be coming up with some more designs coming soon. That's the idea, is to publish a little bit more frequently, but go check it out. Now, let's get into the list. These are in no particular order. These are sort of whatever order I kind of did, so there's not favoring anything. And I would also like to say that I'm not doing the like big designers because I think that smaller designers need some more attention. So that was the idea of this. This is not one of those like 10 sweaters to knit this fall and they're all one or two designers. It's not. I'm giving you lots of options. So let's get into it. I've been rambling for 4 minutes. The first one I have is Purl Jam, or Kevin. He has some really good sort of like basic staples to put in. He has the front porch sweater, which is a cabled pullover, which is quite nice. It's simple. It's like timeless. I think it would look really well. There's a hot mesh polo. Polos are in right now. They have a really good option for one of those, so I would suggest checking that out. And then there was a top-down 2x2 hat. It's pretty simple, but I think that those sorts of projects are good for stash busting and using up all of your yarn, and it looks quite nice. I'm trying on this one to be less garment heavy because I love knitting garments, but everybody knits a bunch of other things. So I'm mentioning a bunch of different stuff. Second one is Degan. Degan is just crazy. You would recognize them from the Flower Power pattern. It has a pullover, I believe a cardigan, and then maybe some other things. I really like this design. It's sort of almost like tribal. It's intarsia, but like easy intarsia. And it just looks really impactful and like cool and beautiful. And there's some really good color combinations if you look through Instagram or the Ravelry of both the cardigan and the pullover. And that's what initially drew me to this designer. They have some really cool stuff. They also have the bob socks for you sock knitters. This looks just fun. It looks like a great stash buster, and they look, I don't know, like something fun if you like that. And for you shawl knitters, there's the squiggle kite shawl. I thought this was really cool. It's sort of a triangular shawl with like a bit of a twist, a bit of a pop of color, but not too much. It looks pretty approachable and like kind of cool to knit. Next is Maku Knits. His tension on his knits in his pictures is so good. It like looks machine made. It's like so professional. I really particularly enjoy the collars he does. Now he only has 3 designs published, but like all of them have like impeccably done collars in a way that I think is really cool. So the 3 designs he has are the fun sweater, which is like a bulky, chunky weight one. It's with an encased neckline, which I like absolutely love. And it's kind of, well, it's a fun little project. I think it would be easy to knit up and you would love it. The Yumi Polo, is a great summer knit. It looks like a great polo for anybody to have. It just is like so breezy and light, I thought. And then the Noro sweater has this like beautiful V-neck, but it's also like double folded. And it's just articulated so well. The rest of the garment looks pretty simple, but it's just like really nice. I know that he has a couple other designs coming out because I've seen them on Instagram, and I guarantee you those are going to be pretty approachable with like beautiful details. So go and check him out. Ruthermann Designs is, I believe, Andreas. We've been talking because he's also an Ashtanga teacher, and I have like a whole Ashtanga journey story that I, needed somebody to talk about with, and we've been talking about. So he's like a really nice guy, and he, both does this yoga and knitting stuff, which is something that I also do, so I really identify with him. He has the, I'm going to pronounce these the best I can, but the Margvej sweater. It comes in a like heavier weight and a light one, but it has this beautiful, almost like the anchor top, but it has this like beautiful color work that's pretty subtle that is really stand out, but like really simple enough for anybody to execute. And I think that is a beautiful sweater. There's also the Elbrücke pullover. It's a cable shoulder, and the math for this must have been incredible, but it's like almost like one cable loop here, and then the next one is the head, and then the other one is the shoulder. So it has a really like shouldery feel. So really like gives you a bunch of structure, and then the rest is pretty standard. So the shoulders can really stand out, and I think that that's really nice design and innovative and a different technique that you most likely won't hear. And then the April snow wrap I thought was really good. I love a big scarf. I love something that's like just chunky that you can like wrap and wrap. It's a beautiful pattern and it looks super cozy and easier to make and quite nice. So that is Ruthemann Designs. Next is Jenzilla. I have the Necromancer mitts down for them. They go by she, they. And it's just for all of you like creepy, spooky, ooky people out there that love your like skulls and crazy stuff. Like this is the alchemy of like mittens that you need to put on your hands. Get in it for like Halloween time or any time of the year. I think it's really cool to have this sort of like aesthetic thing. She has a lot of mitts to go around in this sort of motif with color work. So if you are into that, I think that that's really cool. And then there was a sweater that I thought was a lot of fun that they had. It was called the Very Bad Lizard, and it's a dinosaur motif that goes across the bottom of the sweater. And I think that that's just like so cool. It's fun. I mean, all of you weirdos that are into like dinosaur skeletons or like lizards or something like that, I think it would be really like cool piece to wear and it would be fun to knit. So I would recommend Jenzilla for that. This next one is a Finnish name, so wish me luck. It's Kotikotoni. They are Black, queer, Finnish, all of it wrapped into one and have beautiful designs. I think they're actually published in like Lina or Pom Pom, so it's like really high quality stuff. The palto collar I thought was really nice because it almost looks like a sweater. But it's one of those things where they have like a bit of a neck and then it's like a bib that you can put under a jacket and it looks like a cabled sweater, but you don't have to knit like a cabled sweater. I'm not even sure if it's cables or not. I'd have to double check the picture, but it's right up here regardless. So I thought that was a really nice design that you could knit for yourself or for others. There is a puloka it's a hat with bubbles. I thought it was a really nice hat pattern. I love a good texture. I love something that really like gets you thinking and into it. And because it's a hat, it goes super easy. It should be super fast. It's all in the round. And I thought that this was a really unique and different type of hat that I think would be really cool. I'm also obsessed with like red lately. So the fact that this is a red hat in the picture sells me on it a little bit. But regardless, it is a great one. And the last one I have is the Alta socks. They have a couple of different sock patterns and you should go and check out the socks. The next one is Knit Paws. They have these magnitude shawl that I thought was really cool. It's just this like textured yellow. It almost has like an Aran vibe to it, but it's really just simple like 1x1 crosses sort of thing, or like even I'm not sure how they make it, but it seems like it's pretty approachable in terms of making, and you don't need a cable needle for that. So I thought that was really cool. There are the Prairie Cat socks, which for all of you cat lovers, this is one to watch out for if you are not a sock knitter. They also have this motif on a couple of other things, including a sweater. So you can let your cat lady, cat dad vibes out pretty hardcore and enjoy this. I thought it was really nice. I thought it was a bit of fun and everything looks pretty well thought out. So go and enjoy that. And then the last one I have is the Celtic May shawl. For you shawl knitters, I thought this one looked, cool and like fun to knit. So go and check out Knit Paws. The next one is Ysolda Teague. She is a bit of a bigger designer. You know her through the Musselburgh hat because everybody and their mom knits a Musselburgh hat, but they're like a designer in Scotland. They have really good YouTube content. I think it gets kind of technical in a way that is quite nice and explains different things to you. And then they have a whole big thing about Christmas knitting every year, which is super good and important. A lot of accessories and approachable patterns. The ones that I have selected are the Musselburgh, which you have already seen. The Ishbel, it's just like a cute little pink shawl. It was like one of their most popular designs. And then the Polwarth, which is it has like a V rib in the front of the shirt, which I think is really kind of cool. I know that they do some sort of like subtle color detailing in some of the stuff with like their really approachable patterns, and they come with like different yarn weights and like different sizing, a lot of stuff to make sure that their designs are super inclusive for whatever body shape you may be or whatever fit type you want. So go check out Ysolda Teague. Next one I have is Elizabeth Margaret, and I've stolen this one and Ysolda, I think, maybe one more from another podcaster, Vully Vine, I want to say, not Vullen Vine, that's Christian, that's a different one. This is a girl from Germany who does a bunch of hand-dyed, like natural yarns. It's really beautiful. Either way, I'm not taking credit for all of these. But Elizabeth Margaret, Elizabeth Margaret has this May crop sweater, which I thought was really like vintage inspired. It has this beautiful puffy sleeve that has this classical shape, and it looks potentially like they might count for some like bust shaping in there. Maybe, maybe not. I haven't read the pattern, but it fits them pretty well. So I think I would go and check that out. She has really like kind of girly, frilly designs, which are quite nice, and then some more simple ones. There's a Betty's Mystique tank that I thought was pretty approachable, great summer knit, and it looks pretty simple and like nice to wear. And then one that I might make, because I'm a bit weird, is a Mary Tarot pouch, which I just saw this and I was like, this has to go on the list. It's an accessory. I mean, do I ever knit this stuff? Usually not, but like, I thought that this was really cool to go along with some of these like witchy queers that are out there. I love a tarot pouch. I love a tarot deck. Like, somebody buy me my first deck, do that, and I will make this little pouch for it. I thought it was a really nice, like, cool idea and a great stash buster if you want to do that. And then the next one I have is Birger Berge, and he is a Norwegian knitter, and I believe his patterns are only available via like books and stuff. So I don't know how accessible a lot of his patterns are, but it is like Norwegian stuff, like updated. I got hooked on this because of this sweater that I had to knit. Sam from Irish Farm Art was knitting this Flattengenser, which is this. It's so beautiful. It is one of my favorites. I'm not much of a raglan wearer, and like this all over color work, I didn't think that I would like a whole lot. I love this sweater so much, and I was also a bit of a stash buster. This is just like a cone of ecru holst that I had, and then black, and I used like the rest of my cones. It's so nice. It's a good warm sweater, and I think it's just so beautiful. So that is why I bought this book, which was Nordic Knits. And I could be pronouncing this wrong, but I call him Birger Berge. And it just has like this motif of the Flattengenser like on a cowl, on some mitts, on a hat, on whatever. It's like a cardigan. There are a couple of different sweaters, and then there's like slippers and hats and mitts. And I've knit a bunch of stuff. I think that this book is really good for me because if I need something like quick, that's like a little color work accessory, if I'm working on a lot of texture and I want to stash bust, I have a lot of Holst Super Soft in my stash, so I just like grab some and I make stuff. I particularly enjoy making Nordic mittens because I think that they're really cute. So like these are the half star mittens that were in there, and I just think that these are adorable, and I like making Nordic mittens. I don't knit socks, so I did this, and then I've just finished these other ones, which I forget the name of. It is something in Norwegian, but it's these like red ones that are, you know, just a simple mitt, but they fit so well, and I'm going to make a pair in black for myself later when I'm bored and craving some color work in a quick little project. So that is all I have for you. That is all for the 10 queer designers that I have for now. Like I said, if you give me more, I'll continue making these videos. I love to promote the LGBTQ plus community, and I think it's important. Now, this is coming out at the end of Pride, but by all means, support these designers, knit their stuff all year long. I think it's great to amplify voices of smaller designers, especially the ones on the LGBTQ spectrum, because we're going through a rough time, and I think it's going to get worse if I'm going to be honest. And it's important to support creators and small people while we can. And in this case, because it's a Pride themed thing, we're talking about LGBTQ plus creators. So that is my 2 cents. Thank you for watching. Like I said, if you enjoyed watching this, I have other gay content on here, including another one of these videos, and then me talking about some stuff that I'm making for Pride, specifically with queer yarn, queer designers, queer outfits. So I believe I have one more of those and then we're done. And yeah, so thank you all. I will talk to you later. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, be kind to your queer friends and family members and community members, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.